day at Flemington yesterday. There weren't any visitors.
Well, actually, Max Prowl was down there for the Blue Diamond and ran ninth, but more about that later. Max, I saw the best-looking horse I've seen for a long time in the paper on Thursday. Have a look at this. Be as informed as... It must have taken a long time, Keith, to find a horse as good-looking as Max.
Can't wait to have a look. I can't read the caption. Which is which? Is Max right or left?
The one with the blinkers is the horse.
Now, Max, that's the camera over there. Actually, it's to promote the new Sydney Morning Herald form guide. They're Saintly and Darren Beedman together for the first time since their great combination. That's a good innovation, Max. Well done on Fridays.
Yeah, thank you, mate. Yeah, we're very happy, very proud of it.
Tycoon Lil, what about her?
I think there'd be few people happy and proud about Tycoon Lil. Of course, she's a New Zealand filly. She won the Canterbury Guineas yesterday in the manner of an outstanding horse. The Canterbury Guineas can be very flattering. The downside of the win was her time was a second slower than Intergaze last year, but by gee, there are a number of upsides. You certainly wouldn't want to be backing any of the colts and geldings that she beat yesterday in any race in the future, but it would appear that she's going back to New Zealand. Trainer Cole Gillings said, well, you can stretch an elastic band so far and then it'll snap. Obviously, he feels if he goes on with Tycoon Lil, she mightn't be able to reproduce that form, but a very capable trainer and outstanding filly.
Gee, it was a talk of the track at Flemington. I mean, every experienced racegoer and trainer and owner was saying, what about that for a win? And Max, she's going to be set aside for the Cox Plate in Melbourne next spring.
Keith, she looked a Cox Plate winner. There's no doubt about that. Let's go to the track. Canterbury Guineas, this is the filly. She's out in front. And she just runs some pretty good colts, well, we thought they were good colts, off their legs.
Tricove is pinching ground on the fence, followed by Irish Air, and then Making Fay and Brave Prince. Well back is South Bend, Dies hard at work on Tie the Knot as they come to the turn, followed by Simonet, and then Pursuits and Pleasure Giver last as they come around the corner where Tycoon Lil is giving a great sight. Tycoon Lil is well clear, straightening up over Adam, conspicuously in third place, followed by Irish Air. Brave Prince, Tie the Knot is 100 to 1. Inside the 200 mark, and Tycoon Lil has exploded away. Tycoon Lil put about 4 lengths on Tricove, getting up on the fence, followed by conspicuously and Brave Prince, but Tycoon Lil, she's going to bolt in. Tycoon Lil, it's another tidal light, wins the Guineas by 5 or 6 lengths to Tricove and Brave Prince.
Happy reminding us of a good one of the past, but what does it say for Brave Prince and Tie the Knot? And I just wonder aloud, what does it say now for Gold Guru and Zonda if he goes on? Because that Melbourne staying form, I think, will be superior to the colts up here now.
Well, you think that, Bruce. You may think as you wish, but I would just like to point out that it was a sprint home. I'm not making any excuses. I thought our 3-year-olds were a little bit disappointing. However, you look at Brave Prince. Brave Prince has only had 1 run after a spell. This is second up. Look at Tie the Knot, definitely disappointing, but as Shane Dye pointed out, Tie the Knot still run home in about 34. He can't do much better than that. The pattern of the race did suit the winner, but regardless of patterns, she would be too good for those colts and geldings, but I just don't know whether Gold Guru is better than they are. Will be competitive.
Gee, there was a race behind the cakewalk there, wasn't there? That was the most impressive one you've seen for a long time.
Gee, wouldn't it be big, Keith, that she'd gone to Moonee Valley next week to take Champagne and Kensington Palace and Rosa Danehill on, but that's not going to happen.
Well, she's beaten Champagne by 2 lengths already, so that's a very strong form line for Champagne too.
Look, we're going to Prowl's race. We might talk over this for a little bit. This was the horse that actually you'd forgotten had gone to the Blue Diamond, Max.
No, I didn't forget it all. No, I didn't forget it all. No, I think the Blue Diamond form is very misleading, Bruce. Let's get that. I don't put a great deal of store in the Blue Diamond form. Prowl was beaten, would have finished much closer, but for bad riding instructions. Was ridden back. Here he is. He's ridden up front. He has broken the race record. Incidentally, ran faster than Guineas and Encounter in the corresponding race last year. Doesn't really relish the last bit. Switches the tail. That's a characteristic. That spin coming out after him, but his sections were good. His win was good. He will get better, and he's definitely a top bracket golden slipper chance.
Who's Dye going to ride? Is Dye going to ride him in the slipper?
Shane is sitting pat at present. He said he's a golden slipper chance, but he doesn't have to obligate himself, but the owners want him to do something the next couple of days.
Okay, Keith, what did you think of Prowl, Keith?
I thought he was very impressive. He's got to be a chance in anything he contests. Dye, incidentally, will ride Compulsion, who won a trial for Lee in Sydney on Friday next week, and then Damien will take over for the slipper, and Greg Hall riding Dantalar for Lee in the slipper. He's just undecided what to do with his runners yesterday. He thought that there mightn't be good form out of the race. They were sort of bunched at the finish.
Yeah, coup de grace. Well, we'll look at it now, Keith. Well, Special Edition has no luck. Tries to get up on the fence with Damien, sitting in behind. We're talking about the size here. And Greg Hall, who won the Blue Diamond, has now won the size, so he's dominated the 2-year-olds he's picked the right horses, or maybe they've picked them for him. But so, Keith, with the bunch going over, do you think these are more champagne and maybe size horses rather than golden slippers?
Yes, I think so. This is Greg Hall in the Kingston Town colours of the Haynes family, getting to the front. It's the third win in the race for Greg. This is Lee Friedman's first, but it's his 80th Group 1 win. Amazing performance. Greg said after the race, I get the crumbs and turn them into loaves.
He's not bad, is he? Look, before we wrap up, we must talk about Dane Ripper. It was a shame that Might and Power was scratched on Monday, and who will know what would have happened. But we know we saw a very special mare. It was shades of Let's Elope, I thought, didn't you? In fact, with Shiver's Revenge running second to Let's Elope and Delinquent running second here, they're probably similar horses too. But, Keith, this was breathtaking.
This is a very soft win. She's very good. The opposition's not strong, Bruce. Handicappers run second, Delinquent, but that was the softest win. The margin could have been 6 lengths.
I'll put it to both of you. Who's the horse of the year if you had to vote for it now? We've had a lot of controversy in the past over horses of the year. Is it Might and Power with these 2 great cups? Is it Dane Ripper with the classic weight for age double? Or is it Encounter who's won 4 Group 1s compared with 2 and beaten the older horses 3 times? If you drew the line now, who would you go for, Max?
Might and Power by a short half head from Encounter, with Dane Ripper closing very quickly in 3rd position, but I think the next couple of weeks are going to sort it out.
Keith?
Might and Power too, Bruce. For the first time, an Australian racehorse has been named the world's #1 stayer. Dane Ripper, I hope I'm not too tough. I think she's an opportunist.
Oh, fair enough.
And
Pretty opportune last Monday.
Encounter's a miler.
OK, fair enough. And Might and Power, just Alan closing, will gallop tomorrow?
We'll gallop tomorrow, have another test tomorrow, but by gee, he's having an interrupted preparation. I think he's under a cloud.
And Jim Cassidy tomorrow?
Jim Cassidy comes up tomorrow over the adjourned inquiry about his use of the whip at Warwick Farm yesterday week.
Keith, good talking to you. We'll see you